You are listening to The Art of Sales. Everyone sells every day, and this is your source for conversational, real-world sales and prospecting methods that you are comfortable using and that get results. You'll help people buy instead of pushing them into being sold. Here's your host, Art Subcheck.
If you ever have sales situations where your prospect is going to talk to your competitors, do some comparison shopping before they make a decision, I'm going to show you a way to get those competitors to actually admit that you are the better choice. Quick story here. So I've flown over 1 million miles over the years, having done over 1,000 client training programs and presentations at sales meetings all over the world. And although I try to avoid them at all costs, sometimes the location requires that I fly the tiny regional jets or even a prop plane on occasion, which also requires me to stuff my 6'1" frame into a tiny excuse for a seat, often something that resembles a chair in a kindergarten classroom. And usually I wind up sitting next to someone who brought aboard a sub sandwich with extra onions, or someone who doesn't believe in bathing, or a person larger than me whose size invades over a third of my already too small seat area in addition to their own. Ever had that experience? So my point here that I'm leading up to is every time I see an ad for fractional jet ownership, these are kind of like timeshares for corporate jets, I always pay attention. But then I look at the price and reality sets in. And any way I try to spin it and rationalize it, just really can't justify it. As good as I am at sales, getting clients to subsidize flying private probably won't cut it. Actually, now I think about it, that's a self-limiting belief, isn't it? I'm going to have to work on that one. All right, so anyway, a Wall Street Journal ad caught my eye, and it was for one of the fractional jet companies. And in the ad, their differential advantage is that their company is owned and managed by pilots, and that each pilot flies only one plane as opposed to flying whichever one's closest to the hangar door. It makes a lot of sense, isn't it? And at the end of the ad, they said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that when you're shopping for a fractional jet ownership, ask these questions of other companies. And they listed these questions. Number 1, are the owners and managers pilots? Number 2, do the pilots stay with their own planes? Wow, I like that. So what they're doing is they're setting the criteria for shopping according to their own strengths, and then providing buyers with the questions to ask their competitors. How good is that? And you can do something similar. So if your sales cycle is longer and customers have to involve a search committee, find out what their decision-making criteria is. Or even if they're going to be making the decision themselves, you can use these types of questions. So for example, what 3 points will you and the committee weigh most heavily in your decision? What specifically will you be looking for? The last time you picked a vendor in this particular area, what were the determining factors? So who does the committee recommend to? And what will that person base his decision on? And then, of course, you want to play up your strengths in those areas and provide them with questions to ask of others. And here is how you're going to get your competitors to tell you or to tell them that you're the better choice. So you say to them, I would suggest that here's what you ask your other vendors that you're looking at. Makes sense, right? So bottom line, find out how the decision will be made, who will make it, and then provide them questions that they should ask the others that they're looking at. Questions that should help position you as the better choice. All right. Hey, you know what time it is.
Your attitude will be iron every way, you'll never feel what they say. It's the art of the sales quote of the day.
That's right. It's time for the quote of the day. And today's quote comes from the author, James Michener. And he said, character consists of what you do on the third and fourth tries. Character consists of what you do on the third and fourth tries. We're going to hear a lot of no's out there, and the people who are persistent are the ones that bring home the riches. All right. Hey, if you enjoyed this show and you're getting value, would you tell a couple other people about it? Send them to our show site, theartofsales.com, theartofsales.com. And also, while you're there, hit subscribe on your podcast listening method of choice, whether it be iTunes or Google Play, whatever method you're using, because that way you'll be notified automatically of all future episodes. Thank you so much for investing your valuable time with me. Until next time, go out and make it your best sales day ever. I'm Art Sobczak.